Isn't it funny how once a couple people come out and say something is good, then the entire group of people will come out and say, "Oh, this game is really, really good." What I'm talking about here is a game that what we've known about on the channel for quite a while actually is Ball Pit. This is a game I talked about the day it launched, I believe, or the day after, talking about just how amazing it is and how much fun it was. And I noticed that it was basically slept on until certain people started talking about it. And I'm not even talking about the critics here because many of the things that the critics quote unquote said was that it was repetitious or the game is fun, but it gets boring really easily. And that is just not it at all. In fact, that just kind of proves that these critics maybe played like an hour of the game and then decided to review it. And that's the wrong way to look at this game. Again, this is something we've been talking about for a while here. But anyway, today let's hang out and let's talk about Ball Pit. But before we do, please hit that like and subscribe button. Please help this channel grow. It really means the world to me and just really can't thank you guys enough. Anyway, like I said and have said multiple times just in this little video, Ball Pit is a game that I was already talking about as soon as it came out. This is one of those games that when it launched, I downloaded it and played it for probably 4 or 5 hours, like an insane amount of time. Just because I had read about it, and partially because, yes, I'm a Devolver Digital fan, and anytime they publish a game, I have to check it out. And almost always my faith in Devolver Digital is valid, and Ball Pit was just another one of those games. So to give you guys an idea what Ball Pit is or what it could be referenced to, many people have said that it's sort of like Vampire Survivor. And it is to an extent. I would say it's arguably closer to something that is like Pinball meets Shovel Knight, and then just kind of combine that with the world builder, and yes, wrapped up in everyone's favorite roguelike. But I will say one of the biggest things about it is it depends what character you're using. And this is also why I call out any of the critics that said it became repetitious, because it's obvious that they didn't use other characters. Every character has their own unique style, and as you level up, you can create a build around their style, or you can even make up for some of their deficiencies. And this is done, like I said, by leveling up, and once you level up, you're given an option of upgrading or adding a new passive, relic, or ball to your repertoire. And the balls range anything from your favorite elemental, like fire, lightning, wind, ground, to even ones that burst into baby balls, or some that actually work in that vampire style where it will heal you, slightly. They want to make the game too easy on you. But then aside from just actual upgrading, you'll also come upon these fusion buff type thing. They usually show up after defeating a little bit of a stronger enemy. Sometimes not, sometimes it's just random, but they're easy to spot on the ground, and when you do hit them or collect them, then it's giving you the ability to actually fuse some of the balls together, or upgrade multiple balls and even your passive, or you can evolve and create a new form of a ball. It's really cool how they do this. And yes, while all of that does seem like something that you could say, okay, I get it, but if you kind of follow the same guidelines with every character, then I could see where it's repetitious, and you would be correct. But the thing is, this isn't the whole game yet. Each character, as I said, has their own style, but it's more than just maybe one is a little bit faster, one has more strength. No, they actually have even their own physical abilities. There is a character that carries a gigantic shield. This one plays more out like pinball in a way, because as the balls are flying back at you, you want to be able to bounce them off of your shield. They create much more damage when they do that. There's also a character that does much more damage when the projectiles hit at the back of an enemy, and the game helps you out by actually making the projectiles fall from the back of the screen, which seems like a lot of help until you're playing the game and you realize that the biggest issue you're having is you're not projecting anything out the front of your character. So you're not shooting anything that's right in front of you. Everything is falling behind. Now, if you don't figure out how to affect the enemies in front of you, this run ends kind of quickly. All of this, though, is to point out the fact that the game is just different every run, and even with the characters who maybe are a lot faster, or have what many people would consider more traditional quirks and advantages, they still have to be built around those. You have to do it in such a manner that you can't find a way to just make every character the same, and it's gonna benefit. No, this game comes at you really quick. And so the other thing that I think is really cool about it is even if you think you have a character sort of figured out, you'll definitely find a better approach as you keep playing and as you keep going to other levels. There's also one character, and I just have to touch on it because he's like my favorite character, even though in a way he's the worst character for someone with a strategic mind, because he basically just chooses all of the upgrades himself. But the thing that I like watching or learning from this character actually is how I can be like a better builder myself. Like when I control a character, I can see the advantage of picking different projectiles or balls instead of like relics or upgrades, or vice versa. You just kind of learn from watching a little bit. Even though this character would seem like he's super easy, he doesn't always make the right choices, by the way. And on that note as well, they really do seem to limit the quote-unquote traditional type of characters, characters that might be stronger or faster but then have another quirk to them. Now, a lot of times they find ways to reinvent that real wheel a little bit. Like for instance, another character is actually two characters. They're like parents and they both shoot off two different balls at the same time, but their damage is halved. So you kind of have to work in tandem and figure out how to get both sides to be as powerful as you're running through, or figure out just how to shoot 2 times the amount of projectiles. There's just a lot of fun in this game, and so when somebody says, it's repetitious, to me, it just proves that they didn't actually play the game, or they maybe played it for like an hour and then felt like that was enough. And yeah, it's ridiculous, especially because this narrative went along with this game for longer than it should have. It's funny now, though, because a number of people are experiencing this game and being like, oh my god, this is like the new Vampire Survivor. And I think that one of the reasons why people are saying the Vampire Survivor aspect is because it is like a roguelike, there's multiple characters, and you just find yourself continuing to play more and more and more. Like I had said in my review or initial thought, that like this is one of those games that you can pick up and play and maybe you only play like a half an hour or something. I said you could. I didn't say you would. Majority will just keep playing. I don't know how many times, even though I have so much time into it now, I don't know how many times I sit down and like, oh, I'm just going to play like a match or two. And I still end up investing like at least a couple hours into the game. It's just that fun. And that sort of one more run kind of mentality is just seeped in this game. It's such a great experience, coupled with the fact that it's only $14.99 and they've already done updates on it. And in fact, if you have a Switch 2, they've already dropped the Switch 2 version and it's free. Like you have an upgrade pass, by the way. If you had already purchased, I'm not saying like it's just outright free, but if you had already purchased it for the Switch 1, the Switch 2 upgrade is completely free. And even though that they do have a Switch 2 version, which does really maximize the amount of performance in the game, the Switch 1 version was still really solid. And just to recap what my first video's thoughts were, even though there was only like, I don't know, 7 people that saw that video, I just want to say though that this game is for me a must pick up. It is in the running for like Indie of the Year. Absolutely love this game. Probably a 9.5 out of 10. It's just that good. But that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. I love each and every one of you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.